Variables are an important topic that you need to learn for Python programming, and if you're interested in learning variables, please stay tuned. I will start with what are variables, how to use variables, variable syntax. You can find the timestamps next to each topic, and please feel free to skip around to find what you need. Variables are virtual storage space for numeric, Boolean, and text data. You need to name the variable with English alphabet A to Z, either lower or uppercase, or a combination of English alphabet, numbers, and underscore. For numeric data, you can save the numeric data as an integer, floating, or complex numbers. For Boolean, you can use true or false as a logical expression. This will be used typically for conditional and/or loop statements, which we will revisit later. If you have not heard about the Boolean expression, please do not worry, and please keep on watching. For text data, you can have a single character, for example, capital P. When you have more than one character, for example, Python, you need to have more than one data storage space. Python offers 1D array, and it has a multiple storage space in a row to save the multiple characters, so-called string. So we need to use the string data type for text. The main benefit of using variables instead of directly using the data themselves is that we can reuse them by calling the variable names when needed. I will talk about the benefit of using variables more details later. Let's practice how to create variables. Here are basic rules to create the variables. First, you need to start with the variable name, followed by equal sign. Then type expression afterwards. The expression can be either numbers, mathematical expression, Boolean, text, another variables, or a combination of them. For example, to create a variable a to hold the number 2, you should type a equal sign followed by 2, and hit Run button or short key Shift Enter. If successfully created, you cannot see anything until you use the built-in function print. You can display the value of a by typing print a. Now you can see the variable a having the integer 2. Alternatively, you can see the content of the variable by typing the built-in function whos. It shows the variable name, data type, which is an integer, and value, which is 2. Now, what if I use the same variable name that you used before, but a different expression? For example, a equal to 3. It will update the previous value with the new value. Now, a becomes 3. If you want to keep the number 2 as a floating number, you need to use a decimal point. For example, you can type b equals 2.0 to keep the numeric value 2 as a floating number. When you check it using whos, you can see the data type for b is a floating number. If you want to quickly identify what variable names that has been used to avoid mistakenly deleting the previous data, you can simply type who. This will show only the variable's name without showing all the details. You can also use a mathematical expression to create a variable. I would like to create a variable c to assign the result of 1 plus 3 divided by 2. So you can see the result of c, which is 2.0. You can also create a variable d by assigning the data given in existing variable c. To do this, type d equals sign followed by c. Also, you can create a variable f by adding 1 to the existing variable d. To run this operation, you can type f equals sign followed by d plus 1. You can use the same variable in the left and right side of the equal sign, just like a equals to a plus 1. In math, this expression is not correct, as the variable a in both sides cancel out and 0 is not equal to 1. However, in the programming language, this should be translated in a different way. The a on the left-hand side of the equal sign is considered as a new variable name, even though you already had it. The a on the right-hand side is considered as an expression. Basically, this expression is translated as we create the variable a by assigning a plus 1. In this case, we already had 3 in the variable a, and we add 1 to 3 to update variable a with 4. In other words, we replace a on the left side with 4. This expression is very useful to replace it by itself without creating a new variable when you write a code in future. The Boolean is needed to check if the logical statement is true or false. We can create a variable for the Boolean expression. For example, you can create a variable g for the logically true statement by having g equals 1 less than 2. You don't need to have the parentheses, but I include it on purpose to increase the readability. To see the Boolean value, you can use a print function. Now, this is true statement. You can also check the Boolean value by typing whose. If you type g equals 1 greater than 2, you can see the Boolean result as a false because 1 is not greater than 2. We'll revisit the Boolean expression for the more details later. So far, we created 6 variables a to z except e. We sometimes use e for the other purposes, like exponential, so I do not personally use e as a variable name. For example, e can be used for numbers in engineering format. 1e2 refers to 1 times 10 to the power of 2, which is 100. Again, to check the variable's name used so far, you can type whose. To delete the variables, you can use del command followed by the variable name with space. For example, you can type del space a to delete the variables a, so you do not see the variable a anymore. If you want to delete all the variables at once, you can use reset, y to wipe off all the variables. Then you have no variables defined. There are a few different things that you need to be careful about the variables' names. First, the variable name must not include special characters or any empty space. A exclamation mark, B, C does not work because of exclamation mark. A space BC cannot be used because of space between A and B. Next, you cannot start with numbers. 1, A, B, C does not work either since you cannot start with numbers for the variable name. Variable names are case sensitive, and ABC, all lowercase, is different from ABC with uppercase A. Variable names should be always in the left side of equal sign to create variables, not right side of the equal sign. To create the variable name for text, your text should be enclosed by 2 single or double quotation marks. For example, you can create C underscore text for Python. Without using the single or double quotation mark, you will get an error. It says not defined, meaning that it considers Python as a variable name, but it has never been used before, so it shows the error. Thanks for watching this video until the end, and please subscribe my channel if you want to continue to watch tutorial videos in science, technology, engineering, and math. Please give thumbs up if you enjoyed. Please feel free to share your thoughts in comment section down below. See you next time.